Picture this. You're ready to join the gym to feel all the intense benefits, whether it's the confidence, the better physique, or maybe you just want to feel a little bit healthier. However, you enter and you feel overwhelmed with the amount of advice all online. You feel conflicted with the varying perspectives on how to work out and what to do. And worst of all, the cost. Everything from personal trainers to workout programs absolutely breaks the bank. What is the solution? The solution is PeCo, short for personal coach. PeCo is a generative AI agent that focuses on two main pillars of fitness advice: quality and availability. PeCo produces expert advice that's backed by research and PDFs and is always user-friendly and changeable based on the client. Additionally, it's available. It's available 24/7 at cheap costs, and it's for anybody, 100% customizable. 50% of gym goers quit within the first 6 months. PeCo can make this zero. How? PeCo starts with inputs. PeCo takes in PDF inputs as well as user data in order to ensure the best experience possible. Then it embeds this data. It embeds the PDF in order for the model to make the best connection semantically between the prompt and the information available. It puts these embeddings into ChromaDB, a vector database, so that the model is able to retract this information as the prompt suggests. Then Gemini constructs a response based on the prompt and the information provided. And finally, a reply is given. Initially, let's start with a research paper. Here we have a paper talking about the use of free weight squats. With this long paper, nobody wants to read this whole paper just to take away one thing. With our model, we're able to embed this information, first using an embedding function. Through this embedding function, you can see that we're using the model/text embedding/004 model in order to embed all this information. Then, we store this information in ChromaDB. ChromaDB is a vector database that allows us to store semantically encoded chunks of text. This will ensure that the model retracts information that's not only similar in the characters, but also similar semantically. Here, we're adding the documents to ChromaDB, ensuring that the model has access to all this information. Essentially, we're giving the model some background on what we're going to ask it. Next, Gemini. Here, we're presenting Gemini with a prompt. For instance, you're a helpful powerlifting coach. Here's a question, and the passage is going to present to you all of the information that it gathered. Up here, when it talks about passages, it's querying the database and getting the 5 passages that are the most similar to the prompt. This ensures that the model has adequate information regarding the prompt and is able to answer the question effectively. Finally, with a little bit of Python magic and some while loops, we're able to construct a fully functioning chatbot. Here, we're starting with the prompt, and it's asking about this training PDF, aka the research paper. Here, the user asks, which should I take away from this PDF as a powerlifter? Now, what the model's doing in the background, the model's taking in this query, it's semantically encoding it, and then it's comparing it to the whole vector database, and it's pulling the passages that are the most similar to it. This allows the coach, or the AI agent in this case, to bring back what should you take away. Here, it talks about different references, and so if you would like to go more in depth on, let's say, training principles for power, then you can go to references 51 to 54. Front squats, injuries, back squat biometrics, all of these are crucial to ensure that the model is able to pull real information and the user isn't getting hallucinations. Additionally, the user asks, what if I have bad form? What does it suggest? Notice that the user doesn't mention squats in this prompt at all. The model is actually remembering the last query, and it's remembering that, oh, we're talking about squats here. So these are all squat-specific issues: bar displacement, too much forward lean, and posterior hip displacement. Finally, the user asks, how do we fix them? The coach is able to present a reference 132, which is exactly how we fix all of this. Once again, this next prompt doesn't mention anything about squats or what the problems actually are, and yet the model was able to return things that hurt our squats specifically. Here's how the memory works. Essentially, we're storing the memory, or the last 3 chats, in a Python list, and once we we're on the model, we're building that memory by including the last 3 exchanges. The reason we only do the last 3 is because we have token limits on the Gemini model. As you can see here in the prompt, we pass in this chat history as more context for the model to use to formulate its response. Thanks. Obviously, PeCo is just a proof of concept, but it's really amazing to see what generative AI can do, especially in the gym space.